If you're a hot rodder, the next few videos that we will be doing, I think are necessary to know how to put a deer-lit car on top of their chassis. And what I mean by that is, this car has no floor in it. We're going to put a floor in this car to fit this chassis. But before we do that, we have to fix the chassis. And the reason being is, the rear end is welded to the rear of the frame. And I cannot have that because we need suspension. So if we need suspension, that means we need suspension travel. So the rear end has to come up and down. We liked the look of the car when it first came in. It had a nice wheel arch with the tire that it had on it. Jolene liked it. I liked it, so we're going to keep it. So basically what we have to do is we have to come up with a C-notch, build a piece on the frame to allow the suspension travel. This is what I've done. Oh yeah, I'm Bad Chad and Queen Jolene's on the camera, and thanks for coming back. We really appreciate it. But if you know somebody that's building a Model A coupe, a sedan, a two-door, in the 30s, 40s, whatever, 20s, and it has no floor, these next few videos I think are essential to make it easy. And basically that's what I'm all about, is trying to make it as easy as possible. So taking a piece of cardboard and done this. And what I've done with the piece of cardboard is I've made an opening that I think that the rear end can travel in and have enough travel. And I'm thinking 4 inches is lots, basically. But that's what I did right there. Now I've taken this piece of Bristol board, traced, you can see where I've cut it out. I cut a little bit out first. And there's the cutout, cut a little bit out first, and then I cut a lot more out. And then I got my pattern. So that's what I did. This is what I have. I'll show you right here in a second. Let's do this. Let's just put these together. We're going to have to need them anyways. So I have this piece here. I got my pieces here. I just cut a bunch of 3-inch by 1/8 flat stock. Did not have one piece of metal to make that section of the chassis. I just had some flat stock, so I'm going for it. And this is what I did. I put that on top of there. It's not exactly straight, but I can straighten it out with the top here. I just took a 1x1 square and do it like that. Then I've got my angle finder. I put my end here. My angle finder's there. And I got my angle finder there. And then what I did is I take a marker, just trying to make it as easy as possible. I didn't want to get into, I just want to bring that over a little bit because I need some on that side. I didn't want to get into trying to find a bunch of angles and slow myself down. I'm just actually mimicking the trait or the pattern that I made. We'll just take this, cuts here, along to here, cut that off, there to there. So just do this. That's my angle. I need my glasses. Anyways, let's do another angle here. I'm gonna cut them off. Then I got 2 more for each side. I gotta do 2 more. When I cut them off, I'll use one as a pattern. It's 10 inch. Let's do it. So what's going on is that's what it looks like. So I'm actually going to cut that, and then I'm going to make this. So I've got one made for this side, and I've got one made for that side. And the reason I've got this side all welded, I'll put this side, we'll do it here in a second. But I'm just showing you how I made those or how I come up with it. Here's my glasses. We have one here that needs to be cut, or it's got a mark on it. You seen how I found my angle? I just traced it off that piece of paper, basically. The one I cut, I can use for a little bit crooked. Want to straighten her out. I can use that for my next one for a pattern. Pina. Alrighty, let's cut these off. So this is something that has to be done before I can make a floor for the chassis. I cannot make a floor for the chassis if I do not have the proper chassis made before I start. You obviously must know, if I leave the chassis the way it is and then put my suspension in, the chassis comes up and so does the car. Then Jolene loses her stance that she was going for. Now, I feel like the 8th plate that I'm making these out of is sufficient because the chassis itself is not 8th plate. So we're thicker than the original chassis, so I feel like we're more sufficient than the original is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these, we're going to put our angles together. Actually, in order to make them exactly alike, that's how I done it. I'll just show you how I did it. Just put them in there like that. Put them on my angle finder, which is my cardboard that I made. Put them on like that. And then I run this straight along the top. And then I would weld that together. Then we'll cut the angles off. But seeing where I have these ones over here, it's the perfect pattern. Let's do this. Put them right on top of this one. And you can see also, see how the gap's in there? Just waiting for penetration and weld. So everything is nice and strong. We don't want to get anything that's going to take that away. We don't need that no more. You can see how I tacked it together there. All I'm trying to do is make everything the same. So that way there, it's the same. And basically, a little better gap on the back side, that's fine. Does not matter. We're going to leave a little bit of gap there. I'm going to take the ground, hold it on this piece of metal, and I'm going to start the welder on this piece. If I start the metal on that side, that's going to push off because it's not going to have any ground. You know that from many times. But if I start welding on this side, I'll be able to add it together without moving it. Don't want to weld it. Might look like it might attach there, but I'm gonna knock that on just a little bit better. Just turn it over. Just the gap is a good thing. That way there we'll know we have penetration. That one goes with that one. I'm thinking they're all the same anyways. I made them all the same. So we need to make 4 of these things. Basically, I have spent $50 on the metal, and I'm making them myself. And the reason I'm making them myself is because it's a pretty basic thing. It's just flat stock, and I'm welding a shape together and tracing cardboard, or Bristol board. Just didn't want to weld down there yet because there's quite a gap there. I want to make sure that I don't weld that together. You won't be able to say I didn't have penetration. That's what you will not be able to say. Well, you can, but you'll be wrong. Alrighty. That's good enough. Nope, I'm going to weld up one side. And the reason I'm going to weld up one side, because that'll be the inside. Got to do it, might as well do it now. Just going to do it one dot at a time. I'm going to light that paper on fire. Let's do this one. Don't weld it up now. I won't get it when it's on the inside. So I'll just leave the inside, weld it up. Got carried away, started throwing a bead on it there. I'd rather one dot at a time just because it looks neater. I'm just in a rush, try to get this done. You can get a visual. Yeah, going on top of that. Alrighty. We'll let those cool off. Leave those right there. Okay. Let's start to apply what's going on here. Got a mark here. I'm fine with that. I got a marker in my pocket? No. What I have done here, I have made, what have I made? I think that we're level. I'm pretty sure we're level. The reason I want to be level is because, the only reason I want to be level is because when I put these on, when I put those on, then I can check and see if these are level, and then I'll be able to know if they're level or not. So what I've done is I've just taken a piece of square stock, and it fits right there. The rear end's kind of up a little bit on the frame a little bit. The rear end's up a little bit. So let's put that on. And we're level. Looks level enough for me. So I'm happy with that. So when I go to put this square stock on top of them, it's got to be level also, then we're still level. That's what I'm thinking. Alrighty, I'm gonna take that off. I measured in here, he got the same distance in there. I like everything about it. The wheel seemed to fit the hole nice. I liked everything about it. Everything he was doing there is right on the money as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna put on the inside one first, I think. And so you can see that does not allow me to get center right there. And I'm going to have lots to cut off, but let's face it, that's lots of travel there, I would say, to me, and that actually puts it in a nice place. I like that. I like the distance it's got between the frame there. I got the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to mark it, cut it off. I might even take a measurement, maybe, not sure. If I don't have to, I won't, believe me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it up there like that. Just for you and everybody watching, thanks for coming back. We really appreciate it. Basically, this is where it's at. If anybody has something like that that's deer licked and they wanna put a floor in it, The only problem is I have to fix the chassis first. So there's 3-inch travel there. If I go 3-inch travel to the top of the frame, there's 3 1/4. So 4 inches, just 3/4 of an inch above the frame. So if we went about somewhere like that, that would give us 4-inch travel. And I'm thinking this is almost center of the rear end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here. Let's do this. Let's measure it and see what my hands can't hold it all. 5-inch travels more, lots more than needed. Let's do 4 1/2. 4 1/2 looks good to me. So I'm going to trace that off underneath here. Trace that off. Now, don't know if it's exactly right or not, or exactly right on the money or not, but we're going to do it. Let's cut it. So there's our line. On the inside, we'll just cut it and I'll explain it as I go, or what I'm thinking. Now, for that to be on the inside, okay, we can do that on the inside. I want that weld on the inside, so when I go weld on the outside, it's not welded yet. Now we've got 2. I may as well mark the other one to make it the same. I think that makes sense to me. Now if I want that on the weld on the inside, let's go like that. Welds on the inside, just so I have it welded. I think I'm going about there somewhere. Looks good to me. Whoop, 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 whoop. That looks good. Okay. Let's do this weld on the inside. So I have to go like that. Let's trace this one. Get down. I gotta get down. The reason being is I had a little different shape going on. Yeah. Nope, don't even matter. Let's cut it off. Knock some of the sharp stuff off. Might have made the pieces a little bit long, but in all honesty, I was just making the pieces. Let's do this. Let's put it right back hard against that. That looks nice. We'll do that. Wonderful. Let me get one on this side. I just want to check it out. Both those on this side. Hoping that we can start them both right on that piece. And I'd like to have them so I could weld on, see how I got that there? You can see that chassis there. I'd like to weld that along there so that I can fill full of weld. Would be nice, hit up against that and have that look nice. Let's do that. Let's bring the welder over. Actually, let's cut. Nope, let's bring the welder over. We'll cut those in a second. I'm not sure, I've never ever bought a kit like what I'm doing there right now. I guess you would call it a C-notch kit. So basically, you can make your own just as well as I have. It's just 3-inch plate. I'm not done yet. And when when I set this up, we can talk about it because there's many different ways you can do this. I mean, let's face it. And the way I chose is to do what I'm doing and just make a new crown on top of the chassis. Do not want to cut any of the chassis out of the way before I weld it on there. I want to leave it all tight and right at the present moment. And then after we get the C-notch in, then we can probably take the time and weld it up. Now, I'm going to eye this up. I'm going to eye it up. I'm going to start these points. I'm going to put them on here. That's going to be my focal point. I'm going to do that. We'll start it there. I'll start it there. See what happens from there. Let's get a set plan going here. Just sitting there for now. Just sitting there for now. I am going to tack this on really lightly right here. And the reason being is I want to put this one on. I want to do the exact same thing. Maybe I can get it the exact same height and level and all that sort of stuff at the same time, maybe. Not sure. But if I can do all the maneuvering here, hold it and get that on there, that'd be fantastic. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's gonna fall off. Good. Okay. Let's move to the front. Yeah. Beautiful. You are, Joey. You're absolutely gorgeous. Nope. Bring this down just a little bit. Head a little bit. Beautiful. All right. Intact. Level in front. Tacked, level in the back. Let's just tack it a couple more times, I guess. Welder's gonna have to knock that off, bring that in tight. It's nice and tight here. Let's do this one. Right there. Yeah. We're both started at the point of the piece there. Seems to be, you know, seems to be fine coming up inside the, seems to be lots. I'm just looking up and down the, looks good. Looks good. Just taking a look at it. Hard to get a good look at it because it's flared out this way, the chassis is. And I'm just going to knock this off here. Knock that off there, it's not tight. We'll knock it on here. I'm going to knock it on another place because it's not tight. Here. Grinder. Just going to pull it in here tight. Not sure what's happening when the welder does that, and you see it burning off as I'm doing that. Now, I'm going to pull this in tight. I'm going to I'm going to tight. No, let's just weld it up the way it is. It's not bent or anything. Just the metal's out here a little further, so I'll give it a little gap. That has to be welded up inside there first, I'm thinking. Or would nice that it would be. We have 2 more of these, obviously. I just want to get these in place a little bit more. Get them tacked on there good. Make sure everything's tight. Guess that'll hold it. I don't know what's going on with the welder, but as soon as I touch it, it's burning off on me. Not liking that part, but set of C-clamps there. See them anywhere? Not C-clamps, but I want some. Squeeze that together. Yeah, I guess I will. Just want to make this tight down here. And all I have to do is make tight, squeeze it. Now, I want a coat hanger, a little bit of a gap going on there. That's terrible. Yeah, we've got that. Just kind of securing it. Pulling it away because it's acting funny on me. How you doing, Douglas?
Good, bud.
Your day done?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That means snack time, right?
That was a good day's work, wasn't it, Doug?
Yeah. Aside from the torture. Great.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I bet you did.
I bet you do, he says. Well, if it wasn't you, it'd have to be me.
Exactly. Either way, it had to be done, so let's just do it and get it done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Douglas.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day.
I was just sandblasting my face all morning, Jay.
You got a facial for free. That's the way I'd look at it.
What do you call it?
Huh?
Is that what you call it?
A facial for free?
There's torture and then there's sandblasting.
But none of it'll hurt you, Doug.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Okay, man.
See ya.
Have a great day. Doug, Doug got the frame sandblasted today. Hey, before you leave, we should pick it up and bring it in, okay? Can we do that? Got to, because I won't be able to pick it up on myself. Wasn't thinking.
Yeah, that would probably make a good video.
I could put a set of coveralls on or something, put a couple straps on them around my, you know what I mean? We'll just take it in the container.
I can literally picture you doing that, so.
So this is the chassis for the 40. Doug emptied it this morning and sandblasted it this morning. We're going in this building. And it looks good. Now it needs to be, you know, I think what it needs to be done is it needs to be tied down and then the welding be done on it so it does not twist. I want to turn it over again. Perfect. So basically, I think it needs to be nailed down, get it boxed in, and then start adding all the things we need to get done to it. The sand's pouring out of it. All right.
That's all.
Well done. So I've got 2 more of these I've got to cut. What I'm doing is I'm just holding the straight edge along there. Then I'm just running the mark there and cut them off. That's basically what I'm doing there to make that finished off.
Bye-bye, man.
Later. And then I'll cut it. And then we'll have 2 more. But these ones here, we're not going to go down inside like that. This reason I want to go down inside and weld on that one is the reason being is I want to tie that chassis together along here, all on there, ties that together. On this side, I think what I'll do is I'll just cut it and make it this height. There's going to be a lot cut off, but it is what it is. Like, I wanted to know. Probably could have cut it smaller pieces, but now I know. I could just lay it on the outside. Can do that too. Don't know if I think it would look nicer if I'm not sure. It's always nice to have a gap when you're welding this stuff together because it'll penetrate. Cut this one off. We need one on each side. Making some wild noises, that grinder is. I think I can get it all welded up if I don't cap it first. If I weld that on there, I can weld that all the way on the outside of the chassis. Yes, I can. Yeah, I just don't know if I want to. Like this part of the chassis is all held. It's got a piece of metal there. There's no. I'm not trying to hold this part of the chassis together at all. I just weld something on the top. But this is all good there. Probably what I probably should weld it down the edge of the frame and then cut it off. I'm just going to take a pair of C-clamps. Yeah, let's take a pair of C-clamps. 2 pairs actually. We'll weld them on. Or mark them so we can weld them on. Let's do this one. Bump, bump, bump. Weld it on the inside. Perfect. 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 Yeah. This one, eye it up and get it the same. Not even close. I had a little level up there. Another thing to do it. Just get a hammer. Do this. Nope. Nope. Beautiful. Looks good there. Nope, needs to come up. Just want to take a look at it. Let's get it. Come on. See, I knew it. Let's go there. Just tack it on. Yep. Nope, I wanted to see if that was level first, and it's not. Damn. Just gonna plug this one back on. Zip cut. Level up there. Just get it level back here. That's the one. Stop it. Want it to weld there. Perfect. Now I'm going to make a, I probably will weld it down there, why not? I guess it's just going to make it stronger, so I am going to do that. Gotta get my helmet on because that welder is not playing nice right now. Just nailing it in place because it's tight. It'll have to be done nicer when the wheels come off. Let's get this one. Got a little bit left to weld on that one. Good on the inside. Thought I had them already both done, but I guess they're a little bit different on each side, I guess. Got this one in place. Nope, I'm gonna put this on it. Yeah. Nope, that was welded. Wrong one. Up or down? Nope. One just to hold that one. Let's put it on the back here and see what this one is. This one's going to come up. Let's do that. Attach it down the bottom. Maybe. Yeah, I got that on there. Good. Awesome. Yeah, okay. Good. Awesome. Excellent. Now, what is going on here now is I've got them connected on there. They're just tacked on there. But that is the C channel that I want to make for the chassis. That's how much travel we're going to have. And the travel distance is going to be, to give us the ride height that we had before, we have 5 inches travel, which is more than sufficient. More than sufficient. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I probably could buy some flat stock that would do that. Let's do a measurement on here. But I have some, so let's just cut some. 2 inch should be shy. So 2 and a little better than 2 inch. 2 and a 1/4 would probably be the one. Two and a quarter. We have 3-inch. If I would have grabbed a piece of 2-inch, I probably could run it right up through there and not, you know what I mean? And not have to cut any. I think that's what I'll do too. I'll probably end up going, what I'll do is I'm going to grab some 2-inch flat stock, 1/8, and then I have to run it here, over, and then down. This all has to be welded along here. Do you want me to weld some of this up? And go for it. What do we have for time?
I'm not sure.
Nush.
How are you going to cut out the chassis if you box it in like this?
Well, once this is boxed in over here and over here, then we take a saw and cut that out.
Okay.
And then we cap the inside and do that, and then the thing can go all the way up. So basically, this is what's happening. I got to cap this. I think it's probably beneficial to me just go get a piece of 2-inch flat bar and slide it in there and weld it up, because it's 2 1/4. I could have a nice little gap on either side. It'd be actually perfect to do that and bend that and put it in one piece instead of welding 3 pieces. Once I get that welded across down there, and that one there, there, and there, I will proceed probably, I might even put a cross member across this part, from here, from there to there, there to there, and then I'm going to cut this out. And then we're going to cap this off all inside here. So this is the chassis now. This has to be done for the floor to be done. I didn't take the wheels off. It didn't feel like I wanted to, and the reason being is because they're in the position that I guess they're in. Just taking a look at it. So basically what I have to do, I'm going to run up the mountain, 2-inch it, weld it up. You get back tomorrow and you'll get to see exactly what it looks like. You can buy these, these C channels, you can buy them, but I just went and made them. I find it's basically an easy thing for me to do, and that's what I've done. So we have company out back. Fina won't stop barking. Have a great day, everybody. Come back tomorrow and we'll be here.